Hi, this is Happy Bird from happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a really cute little Christmas cupcake to hang on your tree. Now, I do have a pattern for you, and it's free to print, and I'll put the link in the Show More drop-down bar below, as well as on my blog at happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com. So with that said, I'll show you how to make this beautiful little Christmas cupcake. Okay, so what I did was I made a cardboard pattern out of the cupcake pattern that I gave you to print out. And I just traced this on a piece of cardboard. And this is a little heavier than the cereal boxes. This is a little more sturdy. So, like I said, I went and traced this with a pencil. So now I'm just going to cut it out. And I tried to make very clean lines for you guys to cut out so it would be easy for you. And this will be the base. And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to find a piece of felt scrap that you want to make the base the color of. And I'm just choosing green. And this is very easy. All I'm doing is taking my Bonder hot glue gun, and I'm just running some hot glue close to the edge, but not so close that it'll squirt out all over the place. Hold on, my hot glue gun needs a new glue stick here. Okay, run it along here, in the middle, and I'm just laying this down, like so. And I'm going to come in with my detail scissors and just cut right here against the edge. And yeah, looks pretty good. Just gonna clean it up a little. Okay. I'm not too worried about the top because that will be covered partially anyway. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on the back. Oh, hold on, I'm sorry. There we go. I had to push the glue stick in. I started a new glue stick and had to get it going. Alright, and so now I'm just going to lay this on top. And I really like the hot glue for the felt. Honestly, I haven't found anything better that will adhere to felt other than hot glue. Okay, there we go, back and front. Now, I bought this roll of rickrack at Walmart recently, and it was only $1. They have a section in the craft section that has nothing but Christmas ribbons and rickrack and all kinds of things, and so I just picked it up. And I'm just going to start this in the middle, like so. So I'm just going to run a little bit of hot glue on the back, and you can use the thicker rickrack or the narrow rickrack, it's up to you. And I like the Surebonder because it makes such a thin line that I can do that on this rickrack. Just put hot glue like that, and I just put it somewhat in the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not going to cut it off here. I'm going to wrap it on around like that and then hot glue that side. Okay, it just looks a little neater, and you'll see what I mean. And if you don't have a Surebonder mini detail glue gun, then and you just have a regular glue gun, then I would recommend just barely squeezing the trigger if you're going to use the narrow rickrack. Just barely squeeze the trigger, and that will help not make such a big mess. And that's only if you're using the narrow, or you can just use the wide rickrack. Then you don't have to be too concerned about that. Alright. And then I'm just going to cut this off. And I'm going to do the same thing here and here. And it's, like I said, it's not really rocket science or anything like that. And you can tell that this isn't in perfectly in the middle, but it'll still look really cute. You'll see what I mean in a moment. And then just going to wrap it on around. Here we go. Alright. Cut this up, and then I'll do this one right here. Okay. Like that. And then wrap this on around. I always come up a little bit short right up here at the top, so I just add a little more. There we go. Okay. There we go. And sometimes I just go in with my detail scissors, cut off any little excess pieces. And I know this rickrack was very narrow, but I thought it was cute for $1. Okay, so there we go. All right, so we have our little cupcake bottom, and I will show you how to make the frosting next. And now we're going to do the top of the cupcake. We're going to need 2 pieces of the stiff white felt, and it's the kind that's non-adhesive, okay? And so we're going to make 2 of these. So I'm going to start by kind of rough cutting a couple of rectangles here, just so I can place one on top of the other as I'm cutting. Okay, so now I have 2 pieces there. And what I like to do is I like to staple it in the middle first, okay? You don't have to worry about any holes or anything like that. And then place the top of the cupcake like so, and go in with your mechanical pencil and just trace around it. Like so. And once again, I tried to make very clean lines for you to cut. Yeah, I love the way this stiff felt cuts anyway. It's just so easy. Make sure I get this little corner right here. Okay. Set this aside. Bend this up in the back. I'll be able to take this out. Okay. And it won't matter about the pencil marks here, because what you can do is you can do this and just flip it like this, and then the pencil marks will be on the inside. Okay. All right. So with that said, I'm going to put a small dot just in the middle here, like this, on this side and on this side. You can barely see it, but it's enough to let you know that it, which side to put the triple thick on. Now we're going to need to give it a skin of triple thick first, and for those of you who have been following me for some time, you know I always do that first, because then it will sink in to the felt and dry, so you can adhere stuff on top of that, such as glitter, and it won't fall off. So you'll see as I go along if you're new. So I'm going to get my triple thick out. Okay, and so with my Americana triple thick, you can purchase this in any craft store or online on eBay. So with my triple thick, I'm going to put a good amount on it and just kind of move it around, making sure that I have all the edges, and you will see that this will soak in to this felt and it will leave it nice and stiff after it dries. Even though this is stiff felt, it will be even more so that way. Sorry about my phone, guys. Okay, and as you can tell, it's already starting to soak in. So we'll make our other skin on top of this. Like so. Okay. Making sure to get all the edges. Alright. Now I'm going to place this in front of my little tabletop fan to speed up the drying. And since it's in the colder months now, I usually like to do that in my bathroom, and I'll just shut the door so it won't be cold. But I'll put them under my tabletop fan probably for a few hours, and then I'll come back and we'll do the rest. Okay, so these have dried under my fan for several hours, and they're nice and stiff, and as you can tell, there's a skin on top. So now we can start decorating without fear of any more of the triple thick soaking through, because it has a skin on top. Now you don't have to do the back. The back is fine. You can leave it as is. So we'll start with this one. And I'm going to put a little bit of triple thick on here. Just drizzling it on. Actually, it's a fairly good amount. And I'm just going to make sure that I spread it around to the very edge as well. Like so. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to start by adding a few of these little seed beads. And these are 11.0 because the smaller the better, in my opinion. So I'm going to open these up. And these are going to be the sprinkles. Now I'm just going to be dropping just a few here and there. Now for the green. And maybe a little more of the red. Okay. And as you can see, it kind of sinks right in there. Now I'm going to come in with some jumbo glitter, and this is from Walmart. It's an iridescent shade. It's called Crystal Quartz. Okay. And I'm going to shake a little bit of that on top. Alright. And then next, going to put some of this beautiful clear glass this German glass glitter in clear. And I'll go ahead and put a link down below in the Show More drop-down bar as well as on my blog. This will really add some sparkle to it. And this is from Sugar Camp Cottage. And Debbie is the name of the lady who sells this, and she's very reasonable. And just for the heck of it, I'm going to come in with some of the tinsel glitter by Recollections called Glitz. So as you can see, I'm just using different textures and trying to use iridescent with the exception of the beads that we sprinkled on. Okay, so now I'm going to lift this up right here with a toothpick and push in any stray glitter that I can see around the edges, like so. Now I'm going to allow this to dry underneath my tabletop fan that I was telling you about. Okay, and I'm also going to decorate this one the exact same way. Okay, and so actually both of them will be drying at the same time. And I think this would be a good idea to leave this overnight, so that's what I'm going to do, and that way it'll be nice and stiff in the morning, and then we'll just put it together and add our cherry and we'll be done. So stay tuned and I'll show you the rest of this in a moment. Okay, so as you can see, our little cupcake frosting is completely dry, and I let it sit overnight and it turned out beautifully in the morning. So the first thing that we're going to do is on the inside of one of the sides of the cupcake, we're going to put a little narrow ribbon, and I believe this is the 1/8 inch. Yeah, 1/8 inch. So I'm going to cut off a length of ribbon here with my scissors. And I'm going to start just by getting a rough idea how much I want. And I think about like that. It's pretty good. So there we go. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue right here. Run it across here too. Like so. Any way you can stick it on there, stick it on there. And I'm going to allow this to dry just for a few minutes. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to run the hot glue all the way around the edges, like here. And like that. And I'm going to turn this over and place it on the cupcake, like so. And then turn this over and evenly place the other one on, like so. And it stuck together very well right away. And I'll put a little dab under here, just a dot, as soon as I make sure that this is holding. Okay. Just a dot here in the corner. I'm going to hold that for a second. Make sure that's closed. And then on this side, like that. Make sure that's closed. And don't think I need a whole lot here, but I'm just going to put a little dot here and a little dot here. Try not to get it on the felt like I just did. Let's see. Sometimes I can snip it off at the top with the felt. It's not bad. It's the back of the cupcake anyway. Okay. I'll just be really super careful as to how I drag my glue gun. I should be dragging it out like this and not upwards like I did before. Hold that. Okay. Alright. So, we'll clean this up a little bit, but we're not finished yet. We have one more little finishing touch, and we're going to make the cherry. Now, I did make a little pattern for you, like this, in case you just wanted to cut this out of some red metallic paper or red felt, or, you know, anything you'd like to do. But I'm going to make a flat fuzzy cherry today, a sparkly one, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. This is a little red tinsel stem pipe cleaner, and I'm just going to bend this like this at the top in a circular form or circular fashion, and I'm just going to keep going like this, and I'm pulling it tight. I don't want a lot of big gaps or anything like that in between. And I'm going to keep doing it till it's about this size that I cut out. Let's see. It's getting close. I think one more twist or round should do it. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty close. Alright, so now I'm just going to stick this underneath and push it through one of the holes, and then do that one more time and pull tight. Now I'm going to clip that off, and you shouldn't be able to see it. Okay, and if you want, you can take your flat nose pliers, the area where we twisted it, and cut it off, and just kind of smash it flat there. Make sure this is a nice circle. Got a whole lot of gaps in between, and then we're just going to glue it right here. Okay? Alright, so I'm just going to put some hot glue here on the back. And I'm not going to cover part of this ribbon. I'm just going to keep it about like here, fairly low. About halfway, I guess you'd say. Okay. And then we have our little Christmas cupcake. See, it was really easy to put together, and I'll clean up the little strings and stuff here and there. But I think it turned out really cute. You can actually decorate yours any way you want. This is just one idea. You can play around with it and have a good time. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you so much for watching, and God bless each and every one of you. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.